Here's my Quest. I've had it for a little bit more than a week, and I've played it a bunch. I've streamed with it a bunch. I've gone outside with it. I've packed it up into this little case, which I love. And I'm kind of giving my 1 week review. I feel like I've had enough time with it that I know kind of how I feel about it and where it fits and where it's good and where it's bad. So let's go over a couple things. First off, the last Quest item I added to my collection to make sure I felt like I had everything that I wanted to like use the Quest how all the ways I wanted to use it was the official Oculus Quest case. It is just the perfect size. I love the size of it. It's very compact. We'll compare it to my water bottle here. Here's my 40-ounce water bottle. Pretty good size. They're almost the same height. It's compact and it fits everything that I need. It's perfect. I love it. So let's look at it a little bit more here, because all my stuff fits in here really well, which is why I think it's great. It's just the right size. It is a really good size. So it's a hard shell with kind of this canvas-like cover that is on the outside of the Quest. It's not a super hard shell. It's got some flex, but it's firm enough that I'm not worried about it. It's all the way around. How comfortable do you feel with the case? Like you put in a suitcase and let it go in the cargo compartment of the plane? Maybe inside of a suitcase. I would put it inside of a suitcase if it was next to clothes. No problems there. I probably wouldn't want to let it just bang around. For one thing, it looks nice, and I wouldn't want it to get all banged up. But if I'm gonna like toss this in the car, or maybe put it in my larger backpack if I'm going out and about, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Would I store it overhead compartment on a plane or under the front of me on a plane? Yeah, no problem. But if I'm worried about other stuff getting on top of it and maybe squishing it, I would, yeah, I don't know that it's gonna be. I mean, it does. It actually, these edges right here, they're curled, and so they're actually quite strong. I don't know, but the top has some flex. I may be overly worried about it, but I feel like maybe not. Maybe take a little more care than that. So here you can see it fits everything that I consider essential for my Quest setup, stuff I use all the time and rely on. It's just like the perfect size. We got the Quest in front here. It loops around and kind of fits into the back. We got the controllers underneath the middle. They have a little slot that they kind of slide into and lock in place. I'll show you that. And then fits my battery back here. Piece of cake. I could maybe squeeze another battery in. Could maybe like get 2 of these and do these on the side. Yeah, looks like maybe could be squeezed in. Smaller battery. Actually, that looks like that fits maybe even better. So I think I could fit maybe 3 of these things in here, which would be crazy. This battery, just with one of these things, this thing provides a lot of juice. So I don't think that's necessary. I'll cover the battery in a minute. So the Quest kind of just pops in, sits in there. Perfect. Controllers have these little notches in there where they really kind of squeeze in and retain so they don't go anywhere, and they nest in together, and it's perfect. Little compartment here for the charger and the really long native Oculus cable. So that's great. So this thing, I love it. It's my home. Even when I put my Quest in here, when I just put my Quest away, I just kind of set it on in here and plug the cable in. I leave the top open because it's a perfect place to put everything and nothing's going to go anywhere. How long is the cable? It's really long. It's like 10 feet or 12 feet. It's a really long cable. It's like almost obnoxiously long, which, you know, it depends on what you need it for. If you're charging it from across the room, then it's perfect. I'm charging my Quest mostly from battery or from a cable I have, basically dedicated to where the Quest lives on my desk. So I use this. I store this cable in here permanently because I don't really need it. But if I'm on the road, I plug it into the Quest charger. I can plug my battery in. I can charge my battery with that Quest charging cable and the Quest charger. It all works out great. Could I charge it while it's packed up with a battery? Yes, I could. Could the charger plug into it while it's in the case? I could put the battery in while it's in the case. You know, if I went like, oh, I have played a bunch of Quest. I'm going to pack up and go somewhere else. Battery's low. I want to charge it. You know, I'll put it away here. Quest putting away stream. There we go. Now that's great. Put my battery in right there. And then just slide it in. Bing, done. And then I could close it. Done. Works great. Snug fit too. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay, let's talk about the Quest. Reviewing the Quest now. Try to get that through security? I don't think it'd be a problem. It's a small case. I wouldn't even need to take it apart. I just flop the lid open so they can see, and then just run it on through. Up a little bit more. All right. So the Quest is awesome. What I love about it, I love the strap. I love, and I have problems with the strap. What I like about it is that it retains that same rift, kind of semi-flexible strap. I like that design really well. It's got a larger web in the back, so that which makes it even more comfortable. It's got a, so there's the just how stretchy these side straps are, but then there's like a built-in kind of a release that, I don't know if that's just the strap stretching. I can't quite see inside to know for sure. It's probably what it is. It's just the strap stretching that makes it really easy to put on and take off. It's like, this is super easy. The downside is that it's a little too easy, because if I put it on, tighten it to a reasonable degree, it shakes around on my head if I'm doing something really fast. That's a little annoying, but the only thing I really do where I'm moving that fast and I slightly get that much movement is Beat Saber when I'm streaming with my mall staff. So when I'm at home using ALVR to stream Beat Saber like I normally do, except I'm wireless with the Quest and I got my mall staff, it shakes a little bit. But it's not that big of a deal. I would like for the Quest to be able to be tightened more, because it's just, no matter how tight it is, it's too loose. Like my son, if I have it sized for my son who's 7, much smaller than me, all I have to do to actually like play it, granted it's going to be really tight against my face, I can put it on with a side strap set for his head size, which is much smaller than mine. The back gets a little bit higher, but it actually is not that hard to use with the back sitting up higher because the top strap is tightened in, but the straps I can just put on. So I wish that the straps were tighter, but since there's nothing actually in the strap, it's possible a third-party company I'm pretty sure the strap is 100% removable. You just unstrap and pull, and the strap gets taken out. Theoretically, a third-party company could make a third-party strap with a different like size to it. So that could be really cool for people who want like a really tight fit or need a larger fit because they have a really large head or whatever. Is the Velcro not strong enough? No, the Velcro's fine. The Velcro's fine. It's just that the strap is on a this part right here that you kind of move around is elastic. Is not elastic. I don't know what it is. Rubber or something like that. Some kind of flexible polymer, and it stretches. And it stretches a little too much. Something in here is stretching, and it's just too stretchy. It doesn't hold very close to your face. It just kind of stretches more and increases the stretch a little bit, but you can still easily pull that part out. So I just couldn't feel like I got as secure of a fit as I get on the Rift, or that I've gotten with the Vive Deluxe audio strap or the Vive Pro with its native deluxe audio strap. But those are a little too rigid. I like the Quest strap. I like the Rift strap way more than I like the deluxe audio strap on the Vive or the Vive Pro strap. Really interested to see what the index strap is like. So getting it on is easy, a little too easy. I would trade off a little bit of ease in getting the unit on for a little bit more secure fit. Let's see. Have I tried on a Rift S? I have not. I got this. I spent my VR money on this and on a index. So in a month, we'll get the index, and I'll be doing an index unboxing and review. The buttons are in great places. Volume, slider, volume, power. Really easy to use for the most part. I've just left it in auto mode, which means when you put it on, it turns on, and when you take it off, after 20 seconds or so, it turns off. So it's like an iPhone. It's like an Android phone. You hit the button to turn it on. You hit the button to turn it off. It's not like a laptop where you need to lock it and sign out or close it, or your PC or anything like that. It's just instant on, instant off. It's fantastic. They nailed that part really well. The Go was like that, but I only used it for a short period of time because my IPD is too high. I have a 70 millimeter IPD, which the Quest accommodates with room to spare. I can slide that slider out some more. So I think the specs are like 58 to 72, whereas the Oculus Rift was 59 to 70. So this one is very accommodating. So that's kind of the fit to it, which is, all there is to it. It's a pretty simple, compact device, which is good. The face pad. The face pad has a stiff foam, which if you have the strap too tight to your face can kind of put a little pressure on it. It's not the foam. It's the cover to the foam, etc., is not uncomfortable. It's just kind of stiff, and when you really cram it on your face, it kind of wears on you a little bit. I'm really looking forward to getting a VR cover, which should be in like a week or something like that. It's in transit right now, but a VR cover will probably make this extremely comfortable, and I'm really looking forward to it. Orange Runner, thank you for the sub, buddy. 3 months, thank you. So on a Velcro back strap, extend the original, so maybe we can lock that moving part in. Actually, what I've seen, and maybe I should get one. I wasn't thinking about it. I was thinking that like I'm kind of done with stuff for my Quest, but I just saw this like today or yesterday. Somebody made a strap that goes over the top. So it kind of connects from here across the top to here to put more downward pressure. I don't feel like I'm missing downward pressure. I feel like I'm missing pressure this way back, but it might just add another point to kind of hold it all together and make it fit a little bit better. But you know, the face strap, easily removable. So when the VR cover comes in, it'll be easy to pop on. Hey, what's up, Zypher? The Quest pad does absorb sweat. So playing Beat Saber, it is something you have to be concerned with. And again, that's where the VR cover would resolve it. What's the white thing on the charging port? The white thing on the charging port, I'll get to in a minute, is a little magnetic connector. I'll show you guys it later. As far as how the Quest looks graphically when you're playing it, the lenses are very good. They're great lenses with very clear, all over, you know, looking side to side, looking up and down, not turning your head, but just moving your eye. Very high clarity. They did a great job with the lenses. There are a little bit of God rays, but every advanced VR optics has God rays. I don't know that there's any design out that's any good. Also, that only you know, their only advantage is that it has no God rays. Everything that has like good clarity or good field of view, something like that, has God rays. The resolution of the screen, you know, this is Vive Pro level resolution. Not many games make you feel like it has that high resolution because you mostly notice it doesn't have the same graphical sophistication as PC games do. PC VR games, you know, you throw a 2080 Ti at it, you have an absolutely massive amount of rendering power. And games out there like Contractors and, you know, even Space Ops, a lot of games, we'll be playing Space Ops later, have some really great graphical assets, and even on a Rift, it looks fantastic. But Beat Saber looks great. Vader looks really good. You know, games that have been designed or really well tuned for VR look really good. I'm not disappointed in the graphics. Given that it is a fully portable unit, take it out and play it anywhere. I mean, you know, only like probably the Switch was the first device that had mobile portability and graphics somewhat comparable to a console. Granted, its comparability is to, like, you know, a Wii. So it's not like it's pushing Xbox One X or PC VR, PC level graphics, but they're not bad, and it doesn't detract from it. Crustacean, no. The Oculus Quest, you do not need a PC. No, you know, you never need to hook a Quest up to a PC. You need a phone for the activation. You put in a little code and it joins it to Wi-Fi. It's completely standalone. You need a phone for the initial setup, and then you never need another device to use your Quest again. So the graphics are good. The clarity is good. The home environment looks fantastic. The home environment looks really good. It's definitely making use of all the Oculus rendering tricks. It used really, you see very little screen door effect because of that nice high resolution. It's still there and it's still noticeable, but given that it's at a higher resolution, it looks really, really good. Colors are great. It's an OLED display, so the colors are really good. Black levels are really, really black. And, you know, like I said, the clarity is really good. Let's see in chat here. How much is it? This is a 64 gig Quest. It's $399. It's sold out, I think, for a little while longer. More is coming back in stock soon. But you can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Best Buy, many other stores. You can get it from Oculus directly. How have I found the FPS to be stable and latency? Yeah, it's stable. Games made for the Quest play really well. Vader plays great. Vader plays fantastic. Beat Saber plays fantastic. Space Pirate Trainer looks really good, plays really well. It's good stuff. It plays great. It is a full VR experience. It's awesome. Sideload ALVR and play your PC VR games with it. Yes, I've done a bit of that. That is actually pretty fun. I like the freedom that you get with wireless and being able to play your PC VR games. Even after a couple of days in alpha level status, ALVR was working really well. Further betas, further development of ALVR is going to give a really high quality experience. There's still some latency playing with ALVR. Maybe they can make some latency improvements there. ALVR latency is already pretty low. It gives you, the software will give you a breakdown of you're spending 5 milliseconds of latency on encode. That's my 2080 Ti performance, which is, you know, the best NV encoding performance that you can get. It's spending 2 milliseconds. Transport, I have a good wireless system. So on 5 gigahertz network, it's getting all that data over in 2 milliseconds, which is very low. 14 milliseconds decode inside of the Quest, turning that data back into a good video stream. That's where probably the biggest area where there might be some improvement from improving the decode performance inside of the Quest. But we'll see. There's some smart people working on this. So ALVR is really cool. The library, there's a bunch of great games for the Quest. Beat Saber, obviously the biggest VR game out. It's there. Vader, I really like. Space Pirate Trainer is a lot of fun. I have several other games that I just haven't hardly ever touched, because if I'm playing this, I might be streaming. I'm playing Beat Saber. I'm playing Space Pirate Trainer. I'm playing Vader. I'm showing other people, I'm letting my son play it. I'm showing other people playing it, and they're checking out. Those are my three go-to games. Like, you got to try Vader. Who wants to wield a lightsaber? Yeah, here you go. Wield a lightsaber. You got to play Beat Saber for a lot of the same reason, but also great music game. And then Space Pirate Trainer is a really fun, accessible shooting game. Zypher, ALVR's latency right now is 60 milliseconds on a really well-tuned setup on a powerful PC, powerful wireless network. So that's where it's at right now. Maybe can bring it down a little bit more. It's noticeable. I can't maul some of those really fast maps that I can do on my regular PC setup. When you're getting to have to do 4 to 5 actions a second, in Beat Saber, you're doing some crazy, multi-twists and turns, trying to hit like 10 blocks in a second. 60 milliseconds, multiple times of latency adds up real fast. It's not terrible in an alpha, but I don't know how much room there is to squeeze with ALVR. But for games that are not that fast, it's a great experience. Like playing Township Tale is super fun. I had absolutely no issues playing Township Tale. I didn't even notice latency. But Beat Saber, 60 milliseconds is a little bit of a challenge for top end play, and I know how you play, so I think you would have an issue with it. Miggity, yes, good segue into the next thing I want to talk about: sharing the Quest. Obviously, you guys have seen me stream. I set up SCRCPY screen copy. I use where did I set it? I use 2 of these Bluetooth audio bridges, and these 2 audio bridges are how I got audio from the Quest to my PC. It's not the best streaming situation. It's a little bit annoying, which is why I haven't streamed with it more. But when cool Quest games come out, we're going to play it. And we'll probably do more ALVR. I spent probably 6 days straight doing nothing but Quest stuff, and it was a little painful going back to the Rift, except when it came to how easy it was to do a high quality stream of Rift VR content. But not a big deal. Other than that, sharing media with, sharing what you're doing inside of VR with other people is great. You can stream to a Chromecast. So if you're by a TV on the same wireless network, you stream what you're doing to Chromecast. You can stream what you're doing to your phone. Your phone, you load up the Oculus app, you say stream to the phone, and it's right there. You can see what's going on. So if you're like showing somebody, here, try my Quest. Put it on. It's easy to play. You cast it to your phone, and you can do it from the phone. You load up your phone, you click on your Quest in the Oculus app, and you say cast to this phone, and then it's right there. So that way, if you're showing somebody who's brand new, hey, click on that menu, and then click on that. You see that over there, and it's really easy to help them through that process. Other people can see what you're doing. That part works pretty well. Some content right now is blocked. Beat Saber is one of those. They're working out some legal issues regarding copyright stuff that I guess is worked out and is just waiting for the next update. I don't know what the issue is there. I wish you could cast it to Apple TV, and then I guess casting to Miracast is coming soon. And that sounds like the ultimate solution, because Miracast is made to go to PCs and to other devices, and so that should do a really good quality video stream and audio in one, totally wireless. Can't cast Beat Saber. You can't cast Beat Saber to your phone, and you can't cast Beat Saber to Chromecast. With Screen Copy, you can cast it to your PC. Someone got Elder Scrolls 3 working on the Quest. Yeah, you PC VR, you can play anything. So great games, great device. The controllers, we'll look at the controllers. I've had some time with these controllers. Here we go. These are the new touch controllers. They are a lot like the old touch controllers, similar in size, although it's in a different distribution. It makes them feel a little smaller, but they work kind of the same. They do look a little odd with the rings on the top, but you got the same buttons. Joystick is a little stiffer, which I like. It's a little springier. It feels a little thinner, but I don't know that the cap is really actually smaller. It just is shaped a little differently. Grip buttons are, the same that we know and love, and the triggers as well. So the Quest controllers are great. The tracking is pretty good. You do notice, like, oh, I'm looking at this and I do that, and you lose tracking. But it picks up tracking right where it left off as soon as it comes back in, very quickly and very smoothly. So you'll probably not even notice it when you do it. I only really notice it when I'm doing something goofy and I'm trying to manipulate something out of view, and it just is not working. So the controllers are good. Are they high performance Beat Saber grade controllers? I think so. I'm not the best person to ask about that because I don't use these kinds of controllers. I don't feel like they get in the way of me playing Beat Saber at all on the Quest when I use these, but I'm not a controller expert, two-handed. I use the Mouse Saber, which is a very different experience than this. But I don't think it's a problem. They work great. Battery life, I haven't changed the batteries on them, and I put a lot of time in. I think the battery level is like 60% on the batteries. Controller fits good for kids. Yeah, my 7-year-old son, no problem with the Quest controllers. He holds it up a lot closer. Like if I were to hold it like he does. He holds it kind of like up there instead of really having it under your pinky. He has it up under his pinky, but his pinky's like up here, and he manages it just fine. When a new Quest game's coming, I'm not sure. Oculus is the one that's really kind of dictating when that stuff happens, but I'm pretty sure they're coming out fairly frequently. I think the next batch of games is due out next week. So if they're doing it next week, then maybe every 2 weeks. I don't know. It depends. But I've been happy with the controllers. They're good VR controllers for a standalone VR system. Great battery life, which is to be expected from the Oculus Touch. The Oculus Touch, I change batteries like every other week. So 40 hours is what I've kind of been used to. So those are the controllers. Use AA batteries. Some things I really like to use. So important accessories with the Quest. Important accessories with the Quest. If you're streaming right now, you really want a Bluetooth audio bridge. I'll link these in Discord. They're on my blacksmith page. You should have like a little link over there on Twitch if you're on Twitch, that has a link to my blacksmith page, and I have all my Quest gear on the blacksmith page, so you can easily find all the stuff I'm talking about. Bluetooth audio bridge. You need this if you're gonna cast in a slightly more sophisticated way to a PC. One on your Quest, and I just Velcro tie it to the top strap, and then another one on the PC, and then these cables. These little magnetic cables are freaking awesome. I have them on everything. I have a magnetically removable tip, and basically you take the magnetic tip, you put it in your device, and you leave it there. This is an iPhone tip right here because I have an extra one handy. So this one is an elbow. So what I do is I just pop it on like that, and it's charging. Pop it off, done. I leave the little tip in, and it's fantastic. I also have it on some of my other VR gear. It's on my Knuckles. It's on my tracking, my Vive trackers. It's on my phone. It's on my Mod Mic wireless. I have one set of cables I can use across any device, and I love it. And this is a 3-foot. This 3-foot cable is a really great size. I kind of wish there was a 4-foot just to give it a little more slack when I put the battery in my pocket. But universal cables, magnetic release, USB-C for the Quest. You can charge with it. I got one up in my charging station, and then I leave this 3-foot angled one attached to my battery. And then wherever I go, if I need to top up the battery, if I need to top up the charge on it, I just snap it in. And as we just saw, I can have the battery in the case and charging this and close it all up. So this magnetic thing, I'll have it linked in chat and in Discord, and it'll be attached to the VOD. I just kind of wrap it around when I'm done with it, and I set it away. And it's charged. So okay, so this battery. Let's go over the battery. Hey, what's up, Ruffian? Yep. Oh, I had a Quest on launch day. Couldn't wait. Super excited for it. This Anchor battery is a great little battery. It's the 10,000 PD. It provides around, I want to say, 5 more hours of runtime, maybe 6 more hours of runtime for the Quest, in addition to the battery that you have. And the good thing about it is that the charging power of this particular one, which is why I think this one's probably the one to get, the PD version does 3 amps, so you can play and charge at the same time. And while it's plugged in, charging your headset while you're playing, it will increase the charge of your Quest. So you're really transferring those 2 to 3 hours to the headset. And I don't know how long it'll do that in, probably an hour or so. But when the battery's done, you need to charge it in. You plug it in with the same, it charges off of a USB-C, so you can use the same adapter and charging cable to charge up the battery. You go plug it into the wall, and you got at least two more hours inside of the headset. You can continue to play, go grab the battery, plug it in, keep going. So that's why I only have one battery right now, is I don't really see a situation where I will run out of battery power as long as I'm near a power port that I can charge this in. But wherever I'm going, I have at least 6 hours, 7 hours of playtime. That's a lot. But the battery's small enough and it fits in the Oculus case with all my other stuff. I could stick a second one in there and then I'd really have a lot of playtime. Do I think 64 gigs is enough? Yes, I do think 64 gigs is enough. All the stuff I have loaded in right now is only... Let me see what it says about how much free space is on my Quest. I'm not completely sure where it says, but not very much. I have not used up very much space. It comes out of the box at like 48 gigabytes free, and I think I have about 40 gigabytes free still. So I've only used up 8 gigs, and I have, I don't know, 10 games or something installed. So I think for most people, 64 gigs is going to be plenty, unless you start storing a lot of media on the device. Then maybe think about the 128 gig. If I go on vacation or something, I want to catch up on a TV show. When I'm home at night and getting close to getting ready for bed, and I want to watch a show. 40 gigabytes is still going to be, tons of movies and TV shows and anything. And yeah, you don't even need a store since you can stream it. It's got Wi-Fi. So just hook it up to the wireless network, load up Netflix, which there's a native Netflix app, or YouTube, or, there's a bunch of media apps that you can watch videos with. So that's really easy to do. Oh, the 128 gig is in stock? Well, there you go. There's an advantage. So yeah, that's the controllers. That's the battery, the Anker battery. I think this is really good. I love these magnetic cables. I bought 2 packs of them, so I have 6 total cables because I have 3 up in my charging station. I have 1 for my phone, and I have 1 hooked into my computer for doing sync, loading up USB stuff to my Quest, and then I have 1 always attached to the battery. How does it connect to games? There's a built-in store, Crustacean. There's a built-in store when you put on your Oculus Home and you go store and you say install, and it downloads it, installs it. It's like a phone. It's like it's like the App Store. You just click on it and then install. You have to put your payment information in, but yeah. So that's the Quest. Can you make Google Voice calls from it? There's no Google Voice app, but that's a good question. That's a good point. That really is something that should exist. That one should exist. Oh yeah, the Quest is phenomenal. It really has completely changed the way that I look at VR, because I can just take it and go anywhere with it and play VR with it anywhere. I haven't done that a bunch yet, but when I go on summer vacation with my family, it'll be great. Does it come with Skype? I have not seen a Skype app. I would not be surprised if some of these really popular apps started to get Quest releases, because the Quest is going to be super popular. Have I tried to watch Netflix? How comfortable is it? It's not bad. The go-to high-quality video app that I've used is Skybox. But you have to load up or DLNA wireless network access media that way. Being able to access phone calls while playing would be cool. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. All right, so that's the Quest. I'm gonna put it back together here. I'll put this in Twitch and on YouTube. Quest review. I love it. Short story is, I love it. I recommend it. Buy a Quest. Also, buy an Index. I haven't even used it yet, but today was the day that developers dropped their reviews of the index, and I'm even more hyped than I was before.